Geminis, I want you to slow down this Scorpio season. I think, again, continuously, there's going to be a lot of eyes on you for many different reasons, all right? Welcome to your Scorpio season Tarotscope. So, Geminis, as we start off Scorpio season, there's so many planets that are still in air signs. Mars is going to be in Libra until the end of October, and we just had Saturn and Jupiter stationed direct in Aquarius. The very first thing that came through for me was this notion of a snake and activating that Kundalini energy, sexual energy, your sacral chakra. That was very prominent. I also feel that with the notion of a lot of people eyes are on you, because it's like you were walking through a forest and you got to this point. It wasn't just a crossroads. There was literally all these doors appeared, all these different trails with a door at the end of each one. Very Gemini fashion. You're like, I have all of these options, or potentially there's going to be all of these temptations or certain things that are going to come back at you, whether that's beliefs, lovers, monies to make money, opportunities to make money, and just money in general. I guess that's prominent as well. But I also think it's kind of things that may distract you. So I just want you, if you're so used to going a mile a minute and knocking everything off your to-do list, I need you to come back a little bit so that you're not easily distracted, or that you pursue something that's not actually meant for you. And with Scorpio, it is that depth, that intensity, that transmutation of our doubts or fears and alchemizing them for our greatest good. But I do think you're going to be feeling very confident, and even just as an exercise, just seeing what you're attracting and if this energy is serving you or if it's just distracting you. And if it's distracting you, coming back to your mental and spiritual practices, because Libra season was no joke with all of those retrograde planets, all that air activation. Everyone felt it. You may have been using it to your advantage, given that Gemini is, of course, an air energy, to see a lot of growth. But now we need time for that recalibration. The words Mercury still in those post-retrograde shadows, which is also another node, another planet in an air sign. And Mercury, especially if you are a Gemini rising, it's your ruling planet. So just being careful of pursuing an opportunity, a lover, a situation, or a temptation that is no longer in alignment with your greatest good, okay? First two cards I pulled, we have the Five of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles. That's what I'm saying. Certain opportunities are probably not going to serve you, and I don't want you to make a decision based off of scarcity or fear or lack, or that I need to do this right now or else, or feeling pressure to do something. You have a chance just to contemplate. Potentially some of you are moving money around or just investing a significant amount of money into your home, your business, your family, yourself, or all of the above. And so as that transfer of money goes into that project, you may be looking at your bank account or just looking, being like, oh, I thought I had all of this money. I've been working so hard and now so much just went to this one area. And so those old triggers or doubts or fears may come to the surface. We're moving past that. We're integrating, but acknowledging that again, because the big thing with Scorpio energy, and specifically Scorpio season, is that this is the time where those shadows may creep back up to the surface, where certain triggers or traumas that you thought you had mastered and laid to bed will resurface again. It's not that you haven't done the work accordingly. It's just that you have the time and place now to use the tools that you've sharpened to address them. And for some of you, it might just be around money, finances, opportunity. And some of you may be now adding in another stream of income, another business, and those initial fears that come up with that, you know that you have a very easy way to diminish those fears and those doubts. Also, health as well. Pentacles relating to just that physical energy and our physical body. And so for some, you've been going and going and going, and you're not overly happy with your body or your physical health. This is a great time to shift some energy into that part of your life as well, because like we said, that Kundalini energy, that sacral energy, wanting to feel sexy and flirty, that again is also a Scorpio vibe. The next two cards, the moon with the Ace of Swords, lightning bolt, strikes of intuition, being able to see things very clearly. Also, I want you to know, Geminis, what your routine is at night. Especially with this lunar energy, there may be beautiful opportunities for downloads, and we do so much work in the dream realm. And so if you find yourself working or just on your phone or not being focused at night, this is a call to action to take back your autonomy and your focus during the evening, so we can allow these beautiful breakthroughs to come through that crown chakra, okay? Also, too, of course, the moon is connected to Pisces in tarot, and it's the ruling planet for Cancer. So there may just be some beautiful insights or collaboration or connection with those signs, or those signs might just be a great energy to reflect and to hold space for you. So if you have someone with dominant Cancerian or Pisces energy, they may also just be a good individual to spend some time with. I was going to say, sometimes the moon represents something hidden that we're not seeing. It could also be with all these planets now direct. There may be clear downloads that are coming in. If you feel stuck or frustrated or consistently in your head, now your mental game may just skyrocket at this time. Now things are finally becoming revealed or easier at this time. So as we progress through Scorpio season, don't be surprised if it gets easier and easier for you to channel your mental energy more productively. The color red kept coming through, and the animal, the pig, was coming through as well, but it just seemed very auspicious or very opportune. And so for some of you, if you've been waiting for a sign or a synchronicity, if you see a pig or a symbol of that, or just again, it makes sense with the Kundalini energy and that sacral energy that the root chakra would also be involved. So there could just be energy of fertility, prosperity, more opportunity coming in very soon. And we're also finishing up the eclipses in that Sagittarius Gemini energy. So as we're culminating all of that, everything you've been achieving for the past year and a half, don't be surprised if there is kind of a climax that's approaching, or just in general with Sagittarius season as we wrap up the eclipse cycle. Then don't be surprised again if we're really mounting energies and that's all coming to the surface. But again, auspicious energy, a lot of these things, like I said, I feel like all year these readings have been very benefic and very favorable to Geminis specifically. The next three cards, we have the World with the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So again, we talked about at the beginning that we had the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. With the World, the Queen of Pentacles, you're now really looking at your money, your time, your energy, your health in a more elevated way. I do think this is interesting as well, that if for some of you, having healers, having financial advisors, having someone to hold space for you is going to be very advantageous. So how can you use your money to help you? How can you allow different people, different experts into your life to make your life so much easier? Because as we wrap up a new cycle, you can ask yourself, is my money working for me or against me? And in terms of against you, that just means that you're having fears and doubts and certain things are coming through. This can also just be a great nod to checking your finances to make sure that everything is in order. And there might be certain investments that are coming in that you can put towards other ventures and other avenues, or just to upgrade accordingly. And that Six of Swords, things really working out in your favor, things moving forward benevolently. A lot of you are probably looking at maybe travel for the end of the year, or traveling for work, or potentially opportunities overseas or expanding internationally. But if you're kind of thinking at the beginning of Scorpio season that things aren't going the way you want, trust that by the end, things are really going to start shifting in your favor. And the energy too of being by water, if you have a beach or just a large body of water near you, taking some time to be there. And it's interesting too, just the way I have the cards laid out, that the Six of Swords is right underneath the Ace of Swords. So that can just further, again, allow for those intuitive messages to keep coming in. And remember, Scorpio is a water energy. When you're near water, you're just going to be able to channel a lot of those energies a lot clearer. So what I've been doing, Geminis, is I've been pulling a few cards from the Troth deck with regards to maybe where there are hidden doubts or fears around what's coming up during Scorpio season, given a huge theme is our shadow self and transmuting those energies during this time. Also, just be careful. This just randomly came in as I was talking. Your sexual health, and I mean, we've been talking so much about the sacral, the root chakra, kundalini, but protecting yourself, like, I think that also comes back to the first download that I got of all these different doors, of all these different temptations. There may be things from the past that are coming up in a romantic or intimate fashion, and even just the shadow aspect of that around intimacy and around the topics of sex for you, sexuality, whatever that may be. But that honestly just came through like boom, especially when I brought up the Troth deck. So for some of you, that might be something that you're working through during the Scorpio season, okay? And especially when Mars goes into Scorpio on Halloween, October 31st, that more playful energy will definitely be activated for everyone. Yes, and be careful. And I think I said this maybe even the last season for Geminis, or maybe it was Libras, but careful where we're putting that tongue, or careful what you are speaking into reality, Geminis, or who you're talking about. This is just a time where you want to make sure that we're using our words purposefully, okay? So we have the 10 of Wands, the 4 of Discs, and the 10 of Staves reversed. So it's interesting also, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords reversed, 4 of Discs. These cards also have words attached to them. So we have oppression, power, and then ruin reverse. So these cards are very Scorpio in terms of holding up this shadow aspect. So this, again, if we're talking about power, ruin, oppression, where do you feel like you're being oppressed? Where do you feel like maybe things are being ruined in your life, or where you're ruining things in your own life in terms of relationship, work, finances? Where can certain things be let go, that the structure is no longer stable anyway? And that can even just be your own structure, your own beliefs. Where are you working so hard against your own self by not believing that all these blessings are already yours? We talked a little bit about finance, a little bit about love and intimacy, but just in general, where do you feel like you're carrying so much, or that you're putting in so much effort, it's working against you? And most of that, I'm sure, is linked to the mental game. And we do have the 4 of Discs here. And in terms of power, again, with the 4 of Pentacles in traditional tarot, that's being able to let go and knowing that our money is working for us at all times. So you already have the power inside of you, Gemini. You know that money's always going to be there and consistently growing and expanding. Now it's just letting go of those shadow aspects, maybe around ego, or thinking it may not work, or working against yourself, or self-sabotage, to allow these synchronicities and these downloads to come through at an even greater velocity. Okay? So that is my general reading for Geminis. If this reading resonated, please feel free to tag and share with a fellow Gemini. If you want to go into this more with a one-on-one reading, my books are now opened for Scorpio season. You can find more information on our website. Or if this reading hit the nail on the head and you want to say thank you with a tip or a donation, it's always appreciated. You can find more information. The link will be in my bio on Instagram or in the description of this video as well. Geminis, have a beautiful Scorpio season, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.